similar to what we saw, Hannah, in the other group, it is all about points. The premium, you look to the bottom left of your screen, and right now that is the current situation. So you look at Switzerland, Emirates GBR, they're still in the hunt to get in the top 2.
Yeah, there's certainly plenty of racing left to go today, and I would say the fleet is pretty late coming into the start box.
Yeah, really late. Emirates GBR need a result, absolutely. If they win this race, they're right back in it. You could very quickly be right out of it if you get these next 20 seconds wrong. We see the British boat turn back. Germany, Deutsche Bank have space. Artemis are late, bottom of the line, as are the USA. So some of the top 2 teams, it's really tight, bottom end of the line. France look early, Switzerland look early. Can Emirates GBR find a gap? It's going to be acceleration. Germany, Deutsche Bank well positioned. How you got this, Eric? Oh, Eric Koskar and Heil on board Germany. Deutsche Bank perfect out of the middle of the line. He's going to be miles ahead at Mark 1. Change a wetsuit overnight and they are going to be gone at Mark 1 on board that German boat.
And rolling down in 10.
Artemis is slow. Emirates GBR right in the mix there. Good positioning for Dylan and crew. Now it's about chipping away and getting some points back with USA, Switzerland out the back. This is great news for Emirates GBR.
Catch. Step by. Okay, that's it,
On board.
So we on board that German boat. They've obviously struggled with that manoeuvre yesterday. They've nailed the first manoeuvre out of the mark today. Timing looked a lot better, not rushed. But we saw the bottom of the course, Todd. There's a big decision. Not so much for Germany. I think they'll keep it pretty straightforward and do whatever's easiest for them manoeuvre-wise. For Artemis, for France and Emirates GBR, big decision to make because meters early on in the race are crucial. And look how fast that French boat is. Delapierre absolutely sending it.
They are outside the zone at that angle.
Flying the boat so high. Look, both flying to the foil out. You can see the tip piercing there. That Artemis foils tip on there, popping out the water. Looks like there's going to be one more manoeuvre for the French. Emirates GBR have got to keep clear. France are doing a double jibe. Both boats are going to be slow at the bottom here, desperate for the left turn.
Board's going, board's on the move. Okay.
Silky from Emirates GBR. They got the inside line. Artemis keep the boat speed in. I think that's a solid move. Splits the course there, Nathan Outridge. Lisa, big split happening on the course. The leaders seem keen to go to the shore. Are you seeing that?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit more pressure funneling down that shore, and there's a little bit of a light patch kind of near the fort. Obviously, the fort isn't playing as much of the game as yesterday, and it is shifting around a bit, so there's room to sail, I guess, less distance and also faster. So I think there's still a lot of opportunity up the rest of the racetrack, though.
Leg 3 of 8 here for the 4th race in Group B. And Stevie, I don't know who told anyone this, but this is not an easy group. This is a lot of talent out there, and they are all fighting for those top 2 positions right now. Germany's got a sizable lead over DS Team France. If it were to end right now, there it is. It would be Artemis and US SailGP team, but as you pointed out, there's still this race and one more race to go to accumulate more points.
Yeah, I mean, I saw you on the internet having said it, Todd, personally, but the group is tight, and for the British fans, this is a great moment. We've basically got a complete flip here. So the 2 teams that really struggled yesterday, Germany and France, first and second. What's interesting for me is Artemis, top of our screen, 4th place at the moment, but they've got separation. Will they find more wind in there? That's where the Spanish were having some luck early in the race. We're on board with Outridge's voice now.
And as you look at this conditions and the configuration, which we talked about at least at the start, leg 3 of 8, what do you think is going on with Emirates GBR, and what do you think they have to do in this race and, of course, the next to make sure they're in that top 2 position?
I think we realised yesterday just how important this start is. I'm surprised that they were happy to do a slow manoeuvre at the bottom, because that's really allowed Artemis the opportunity to come back in this race. And I think we're going to see here, it's going to be quite a close cross, but getting that geometry right is really important, minimising manoeuvres.
Right of ways with Artemis here. Emirates GBR have slowed up to dip behind. Artemis probably will split the course again, keep it fast. If you've got anything else you don't know, what you can do is control what you can control. Control the controllables, keep the boat speed in. Great upwind leg for Artemis there. And for the Swiss team and the US SailGP team, they need to make some inroads because it's going to get tight in this race to the final.
As you saw that crossing right there, you saw the green on Artemis, signifying that they had the right of way, the red on Emirates GBR, who dipped behind. And there are the standings still. 16-12 would be Artemis and US SailGP team. The Great Britain, Switzerland still in the hunt there. Can they bring something in with this race and one more still to go? Look at the lead, though, for Germany by Deutsche Bank. Eric Koskar and Heil is translating that start, Stevie, into a massive lead and possibly a big win.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows you the depth of the fleet. Is it, if these teams can get their nose out in front, they can sail away. I mean, those points I think mathematically that would mean that every team could make the final if they can go out and win the next race. So Germany would be needing 2 race wins today to have a chance. Oh, and they got a little bit wobbly on that manoeuvre, but they're going to be okay. Artemis are fast. They're right back up to the French here. I think they're still going to be behind them when we get around this bottom gate, but they look quick, and the British, I hate to say it, but they look a little bit off the pace to me. They're getting sucked back into the fleet. I think it's a boat speed issue at the moment.
There you see the crossing, Emirates GBR with the right-of-way over the US SailGP team. One more maneuver here, a little bit of a chicane as they'll split the course. The rest of the group, they go for the other side.
Slow again though, Todd. Look, you can see they've lost so much speed. Look at the top of the wings, 60 kilometres an hour versus 40. I mean, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to understand that going fast is going to be a good thing.
Not feeling great here.
When the boat's not feeling great, it's just so hard to get back in sync. You can see the different colours of the wind arrows on the screen here. Yellow and red signifying more wind, blue and green slightly lighter wind.
Yeah, that bottom left corner, Han. I mean, look at that. The Oracle Cloud, they're 2nd to 6th. Last year, we would just see the British going from 6th to 2nd. That's just, they're hemorrhaging points here. This could be disastrous for their hopes of making the final.
And the ironic part is on their way to a championship last year.
Why are we losing?
Because you're a bit slow and you keep getting slow in and out of marks, I'd say is the first point.
I was going to say, Stevie, this is ironic because last year at this event, Emirates GBR used this event to catapult them on a run to the title last year where they took it, and now they find themselves all the way back in 6th place.
Yeah, I mean, they're still an absolute quality outfit, but right now that they've got to get. So if they can be 5 points behind the US, that gives them a chance. If USA's last in the next race, that would still mean Emirates GBR could make the final just because it's top 2 in your group. But the British need to find some boat speed. They need to find their flow, their rhythm. They need to loosen up.
Technically moved 1 spot ahead of Explorer Swiss, but that's good news for US SailGP team as they get their stranglehold on that 2nd transfer position into the event. Finally, the Americans sitting in 4th right now. Everyone chasing Germany by Deutsche Bank. Eric Kosgart and Heil out in front by virtue of an amazing start to kick things off. And look at the speed as they approach 90 kilometers an hour. Now they dip back down into the 80s. And then it is Quentin Delapierre and DS Team France in 2nd. Nathan Outeridge on board Artemis in 3rd.
Yeah, interesting here if Artemis choose to follow. It looks like they're going to. Nathan's definitely just sort of taking the strategy of keep things simple and I'm just going to keep the boat speed in. I'm not trying to overcomplicate things tactically. I just want to go fast. Split on the course with the US. Both Artemis and US have sailed a nice race here, Hannah. I don't know, you seeing anything obvious that they're doing, or is it just sort of keeping it smooth?
Well, I think the teams have to know themselves really well. You know, we saw in the last race, Bond's Flying Ruse happy to throw in the extra manoeuvre. For Artemis, it's kind of tripped them up in the past when they've tried to do too much. So I think they're doing exactly the right thing by just keeping things simple, doing the things they know they can do well, really well.
This is like 6 of 8, first race of the day for Group B. They'll have 1 more to go after Group A gets their 5th and final fleet race. And this is going to be interesting because this course is a little longer than we had yesterday. Yesterday we had 7 legs. Today we've got 8. They'll go down, make a turn, come halfway up the course, and then a right-hand turn towards the grandstands and the fans.
You can see it's gusty out there on the course because there's a lot happening, really. At the moment, the US team have got a great angle. They're nearly going straight down the ladder lines, middle of our screen. But early on, they must have had less wind because it looks like they've lost out to Explorer Swiss right now. Artemis, the advantage of having a good first day, you can just be a little bit more safe, just keep doing the simple things, not have to take any risks. So for Outeridge, a 3rd place will be just fine in his race to get to that final. For the US team, 5th at the moment, they're clinging on.
Yeah, they are in a nice battle with Explorer Swiss for that 2nd position. Artemis out in front as Nathan Outeridge is keeping things simple. They currently sit in 3rd place. They'll pick up some more valuable points. There you see the Emirates winning finish line, and there's a penalty on board Germany as they go out of bounds.
Yeah, pushing wide, and they didn't really need to push wide because they were only going to have to do 1 more manoeuvre afterwards anyway. Crucial at the bottom of the screen, Emirates GBR overtake the United States. Oh, the frustration in Fletcher's voice. See how he turned up. He's got slow. About to get right of way US. Emirates GBR have got to keep clear. Oh, I think they're just clear enough. Canfield's going to be aggressive. We know that. Oh, I think they've just stayed clear. Could be crucial, that 1 place. USA with no points here would be a bit of a disaster for them. This race to the final in Group B could end up going to the wire.
So here's what it's looked like right now by the Americans dropping back to 6th. That would put Explorer Swiss into the 2nd transfer position. And they would be on to the event final. But remember, one more race still to go for each fleet. As they make the right-hand turn and point it for home, it will be Germany by Deutsche Bank and Eric Kostgartenheil that get the win on Super Sunday.
What a recovery by them. And the Swiss, I mean, with the precision of the Swiss watchmakers out there, they're just chipping away, aren't they? And they show us in the final. DS Automobile France, that's a good result for them. Artemis, that's just rock solid to work your way back up through the fleet. They'll be very happy with that. And yeah, Explorer Swiss, brilliant work for them. Emirates GBR, it's just scrappy.
Yeah.
I think they're going to still have a shot. I think they're going to have to win the last race.
Yeah.
And hope that other teams have bad ones if they're going to make the final. I think it's very unlikely, but you've got to go out and just try and win the race.
So Emirates GBR finished up yesterday with a win in the final race of that evening. They start things off today with a 5th as the U.S. really fell off the board in the last 2 legs, and they will finish in 6th place, not picking up any points. So that increases the drama here on for the final race here in Portsmouth. But the Swiss and Sebastian Snyder, the 3-time Olympian, doing a great job to find a way to squeeze out a point here on the Solent.